Welcome back. Episodes 3 and 4 are going to be our foundational building block episodes. These episodes are going to split music, I guess, into the written and the music part of the songs. Starting with episode 3, lyrics. So essentially, there's no wrong way to write lyrics, but there are methods that make it a little easier to flow, a little bit better when we're trying to articulate an idea. So, firstly, having an understanding of meter, and that is essentially having a similar amount of syllables in each line to make sure that it can nicely fit into a beat. Obviously, you can go crazy with it and have a bunch of words in one line and then 0 words in another line. It's never that rigid, but starting off with having a similar amount of syllables in each line of the song, like for example, each line of the chorus is a similar amount of lines and then the verses are simpler, or the verses have got intricate detail and around about the same amount of syllables in each line, and then the chorus is a bit simpler and crazy. And this is a great way to start because it gives you an understanding of how you can translate what you've written down as lyrics onto an actual beat, onto an actual song, match it up with, the chords that are coming in, the beat that's coming in, something like that. Yeah? And then, number 2, having a good command of language. When you hear that, you might be thinking, I don't know any 40-syllable words, and that's not what it is. This does not mean having the craziest vocabulary and using very niche words that only 4 people in the world know. It means having an understanding of how words can create an idea. And I believe that a good command of language equals a good interpretation of what is understood and what you're trying to convey. Do you know what I mean? For example, you might not know the difference between a metaphor, simile, and personification, but you do know how to use comparison to create a visual idea and to create something that is, great. Like you're never gonna say, oh, that has to be a metaphor, that has to be a simile, that has to be personification. You use those things in your vocabulary all of the time in your everyday talk. And thirdly, genre-specific form. Now this, you can deep dive into this and you'll find some of the coolest stuff ever. But let's say for a typical pop song, it goes verse, chorus, bridge, chorus again, and a little bit of an outro after the chorus. And then for like music like jazz, for example, you've got like call and response. So one side does the main idea and then the second side responds to the idea and it goes back and forth. Really, really cool concept. I love it so much. Other forms of music may just do a verse, a chorus, and then end it there. Other music can start with like an intro, which is the bridge, and then go into the verse, and then the chorus, and the verse, chorus, repeat the bridge again, finish off a little bit of a verse, and then an outro. And then for things like worship and gospel music, you go verse, chorus, bridge, bridge 20 more times, key change into a new version of the bridge, new words for the bridge, same melody, and then bridge again. And just to be sure, we do a praise break, followed with another bridge, and then the end of the song. As you can see, I'm just playing around, but like typically gospel songs have a lot of bridge. The repetition of the bridge creates emotion. It usually starts like a simpler, like nice and slow and calm, and then they increase the intensity as you repeat the bridges. It's really cool. Creates for a very emotive experience, if I do say so myself. And then, lastly, there's a lot of free lyric writing courses online. Berkeley does one where you can like download a PDF and you get a lot of insights into lyric writing and stuff like that. But ultimately, it's all unique and it's all different. Like, for example, there's some rap songs where it's just pure chaos, but they find a way of making it work and turning it into something impeccable. So playing around with different lyrics, like take one version, play around with it and make it a second version and a third version, and then translate that on top of some music, and you'll see that, whoa, these lyrics can be morphed and moved around to do different things and to tell a different story. So definitely take the basic foundation and then add on top of that and play around with that, and you'll see that you've just created something really unique and special. And honestly, sometimes the most unconventional lyrics and form can become the most creative, unique things that no one's thought of before. Yeah. Leave a like, comment down below what you loved, what you'd like to see next. Subscribe to the channel to get updates on every single video that I upload, and share with your friends, family, anyone you think might enjoy my content. And don't forget, never be afraid to take up space.